talking about so much stuff before she died,
Hey, reincarnated.
and
She
she the
was.
only one that got taken out on that.
Who, president? Wait a minute. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, hey, I'm enjoying. Hey, who, president?
They must be talking about me, girl. Like, yeah. But anyway, let's see. We scroll through the trolls. Yeah, Angie Stone had a lot of stuff to say about UMG, and Universal Music. She said a lot of stuff about them holding her rights, and she's going to get back at them. And then, literally, not even a month later, she's dead.
See, I don't know about that. See, I don't know. It says, wait a minute. It says, damn well, planes ain't been crashing like this. I mean, yeah, I agree. Now I'm gonna have to agree with that. Now, even
Planes crash.
though it may have been
Planes crash
happening,
a lot. Y'all don't understand. There are every plane that they have brought up has been singular motor planes. It's been small planes. We have not heard no big plane crash besides the one that happened in Baltimore or Washington, right? The one the helicopter hit. The other one that happened
is that
was
okay?
in
Hmm.
Toronto that flew on his back because of the ice. Every other plane that y'all have seen that's been documented has been a small plane crash. Now, who the fuck are you talking to, nigga? Because now I'm on your ass. Because now you over here, it ain't been no damn jets. You coming over here trying to tell me I'm stupid when I fly over 50 times a year. Stop talking to me. You know what?
Okay, well,
You
okay,
know what? I'm done.
yeah, okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause
okay, yeah. I know, no president. If this is the real president, let me check. Is this the real president? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, I think that is the real
And she over
president.
here trying to
Okay, yeah,
fly and
because
go
I know.
somewhere, and you over here trying to instill fear in her fucking heart to not go anywhere. You're not even like, bro, y'all stupid. At the end of you know what? I'm finna get off of here because I don't have time. I'm the one that's traveling overseas right now, and y'all niggas is not even doing nothing. You at home watching us. So don't worry about what the fuck going on.
Okay, well,
You got
let's.
all these you
Yeah,
got all
let's.
these weird people in
Yeah,
your life saying weird shit. And I'm the one over here really flying overseas and going to different countries. So
yeah, yeah,
y'all putting that dumbass shit on
yeah.
me. Shut the fuck up. Don't put that shit on me. And I can't even mute them or block them to
Well,
see these comments. I'm gonna look straight
well,
into this fucking camera because I don't got time for that dumbass shit. You need to
yeah,
mute them. Or you can just
yeah. I don't
line
know.
me later.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Wait a
Line me
minute.
later because I ain't got time for this.
Okay, yeah, because I'm okay. All right, all right. Well, I'll definitely get back with you later, Susie. Okay, and thank you. Thank you for the encouraging words. Okay, I don't know what that went so to the left. Okay, it's one person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I must say, planes may have been, crashing and doing whatever they were doing, but it hasn't. I haven't heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gigi. Yeah, I haven't, heard of it. But I do know Susie flies a lot. Yeah, Susie flies a lot, and as you see, she's over. She's in. I can't even think of the name of the place now, but yeah, she just left. Last time I talked to her, she was in Hong Kong. So yeah, I haven't heard of it like this. I'm just gonna be honest. Um, and basically, I did state that I really believe is Elon. I just do. I just believe that he is doing something. And you know what, guys? And I say that because of his technology, the fact that I just do. I believe he's experimenting. I believe that he wants flying cars. Okay, I do. I believe he wants flying cars. I really, really do. And I believe that that's where he's at. Hey, Stink Bomb. I believe that's what he's trying to do. But I do talk to Susie, on the back end, on the back end. So I'll get with her, and Big Nail. I have two rebates, Miss Glam. Okay, I'm in one right now. Yep, I am in one right now. So if you want to drop the 2K now, that would be fantastic. Yep, that would be fantastic if you want to drop the 2K, and I'll come back around and go ahead and get you. I don't know which other ones I have. I haven't checked yet, but I did see where it popped up. Yeah, I don't know. Can I oh, you know what, y'all excuse me because I do not be looking. Okay, did it hit you? Wait a minute. Okay, I didn't hit it like 3 times. So 1 second, President. It's still okay. I'm hitting it, but it's not. Okay, there it go. Hey,
All right, so
President.
Grand Rising is Grand. So look, did you know that Elon got his own coin? It's called the
Yeah,
AI coin.
yeah,
This nigga is trying to promote his AI coin, and that's how he's gonna fund the shit that he's about to do.
yeah. Well, that's what I want to talk about this morning. Is that they're talking about bringing in the National Guard. I mean, not National Guard, the U.S. Marshals. You're talking about, and who's talking about this is actually the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
That shit gotta be punishable by treason because Elon is not a political figure.
Exactly.
Like he's
He's
not
not.
into politics. So how in the fuck you gonna have some pedestrian man off the street in the Oval Office?
In
All
the
the
Oval
secrets
Office.
the Oval Office got? And his little baby son running around the damn Oval Office, probably all in the drawers and shit.
But that's what they're
That's probably why
saying.
he bought him.
That's what they're saying. And you can actually tell that he talks around this kid. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
He's having
Mm-hmm.
big conversation around this kid. And it's like,
Yep.
what? You're not the president.
Yep.
Shut the
Yep.
F up. I'm like, what? But yeah, but Susie is really she really is sweet. She really is. She does give me and a couple of other ladies that we
Susie
know.
full of shit.
Yeah,
Susie's trying to tell us that planes been crashing all the time. This is nothing new. No, cranes have not been crashing. They have been crashing all the time, but not because of helicopters that Elon got in the sky. Like, come on, make it make sense. No,
it
no.
and
It's
that
something else going on now, baby. This ain't how it was.
this ain't
This
how it
a new
was.
fucking thing going on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So no,
yeah.
I don't
I'll
believe
talk
in
to her.
Susie.
Yeah, I'll talk. I'll talk with her. Yeah, because like I said, I guess she's like, wait a minute, I'm on these planes and what, So listen, so I'm glad she online because
And she one thing she didn't lie about is God got the last say so, right?
yeah,
But I'm a firm
yeah.
believer in baby, if you feel something, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Let
I
your
must
instincts
admit,
follow you.
yeah. Well, I must admit it did make me uncomfortable because, like I said,
Right,
if it's been happening like this, whether it's small or big, I haven't seen it, and I'm very
right.
people that come over here know that I'm kind of, if it happening, I didn't seen it, or somebody come in here
Uh-huh.
and say, "Hey, Miss Graham, did you see XYZ?" And I'm like, "No, where is it at? Let me go look." So I'm just, I'm just not, I don't know. But right now they're talking about, getting the U.S. Marshal. So I guess my thing is it to remove Eli out of the freaking office?
Did you see? But did you see the see? First of all, that whatever meeting they had yesterday when that black man got put out the meeting, um, they ain't never seen nothing like that before in history. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never seen the Republicans and the Democrats so at odds that they at odds in the fucking meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trump is and you see how he just sits there and smirks like, this is what I wanted, chaos and fucking confusion.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's like, but you know what, President? Some people that's they normal. Some people that is they freaking normal, just chaos, confusion. Because he sits there, like you said, he got a smirk. Now, which one are you talking about? What is that? And it says for Trump, three courts loses in 90 minutes. I know they are
Mm-mm.
okay. Trump Marshall, listen, Marshall
Congress had a
Law
meeting.
Talk.
Congress Congress had a meeting yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. And I couldn't hear what they were saying because it was like I saw it from like a YouTube and they ain't had what they was saying on there because they was talking over
Uh-huh.
top of it. But I know that he's mad as fuck at whatever the fuck Trump is doing. Oh, it was about Medicare. He said you don't have a mandate or I mean you don't have an executive order for Medicare. Like what are you
Uh-huh.
doing? This is what the black man said. And because he spoke out of term and kept speaking out of term because he was mad as shit. Okay, they put him out. And I
Okay, here
forgot
we
who he
go.
was.
Here we
Finish this
go.
thing
Okay.
goddamn body.
Okay. Trump boom interrupted by okay, here we go. Okay. I was looking for it while
If
you were
you've been waiting to apply
while
for
you were
disability benefits,
talking.
don't.
I know they were
Hi,
saying
I'm
there was a
Sarah,
couple
and I'm
town
a
hall.
lawyer at Atticus.
Okay, here
Applying
we
as
go. Let me see.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
Mm, 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 mm.
We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Bunch of chaos. Okay, here it come, Edge. What you talking about, the black guy? Because I see him. So here it comes with the black guy.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our
No, it's
pride is
not.
back, our
What?
confidence is
I
back,
know he don't. Oh
and the
my
American
god.
No,
dream is
no, it's
stretching
not.
bigger
Not
and
the.
better
No,
than
no, it's
ever
not.
before.
People are terrified.
The
Woo.
American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again.
You're right about that.
Never been anything like it.
Wait a minute, I'm trying
Mm.
to turn this up.
The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not
Was
been
rigged.
seen in many decades.
And yeah,
So
I
do
It
you
won
think
all
definitely.
for 1
73
minute Elon couldn't
states,
rig
giving
the
us an
motherfucking elections? Do you think
electoral
for
college
1 minute he
record of
couldn't do that?
112 votes.
Well, I was talking about that this morning. How these analysts they're saying it. They're saying it was rigged. He was able to um, do time travel, is what they're
Mm.
stating.
We won the popular vote by big
Mm.
numbers and won counties in our country.
Elon.
Oh wow! Good morning, sister girl. Okay, so
And
to be
won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
he's not getting
Now,
up.
for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Mm. Yes, I see what you're saying because on one side, hey, sister girl.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest 1 month gain ever recorded. Mr. President. A 41-point jump.
Okay, here's the guy
You,
that you're talking about, Edge. I mean,
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
so he got hecklers.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the joint session.
Oh my God, these people! I can't believe. Hey, sister girl.
hey, Sister Wig, what you doing?
I'm waiting on this guy that you're talking about. I see him standing up.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Okay, here we go.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Oh, they're trying to remove him. I don't understand what is happening in our country. Me either. Yeah, me
Either.
either. I'm waiting on this guy.
It's
He's
a scary
standing up.
time to be an American, man. It's very scary times we living in right now.
Yes.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, continue.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's standing up. Hey, New York.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism,
Common
and wealth
sense.
all across
You
our
hear?
wonderful
Do
land.
you hear?
The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Lord.
No, he didn't. The guy is still standing. 400 actions.
He
See, I
said he
missed
took over
this.
400 executive
In
actions
fact, it has been
and
stated
y'all,
by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency.
No, it's yours. You and Elon. Okay, let me stop it right there because I'm waiting on this heckler. This guy. He's not a heckler. He's actually, like you said, Edge. I mean, I keep calling you Edge. Is she in here? Uh, Jesus, God, I hurt my leg, guys. Oh,
I feel like he's saying restored to common sense as in y'all black motherfuckers know y'all was born to be slaves and the white motherfuckers rule and we get ready to get this shit back to how it was. But where they fucked up at
that's
is
what
they
I'm
gave us a
saying.
fucking book. We got a book. And we learned to read and shit. We learned how to do shit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that's what they mad about. We know how to do shit now. Y'all can't just come at us with the bullshit now.
But you
And
know
you know
what,
what bothers me
guys?
about this?
Go, go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Glenn. I'm disturbed in my little spirit and in my soul. I had to go in there and give Trinity B his flowers because Trinity B had woken up yesterday. And you know, we go through the big old streets, kiki and cackling like schoolgirls, and
Uh
he looked
huh.
like the stock market crash.
You say what?
When I heard, I said, He said the stock market crashed. But what had happened was they ended it early before it could be a crash. You know, and I know they don't end the market early
Mm-hmm.
because foreign, and this is where it really is affecting the world because we are a global economy
Mm-hmm.
and people are only thinking of this small world we live in, America.
That's
But we
because they
don't,
trying to push them coins, y'all. They trying to
Yes.
push
yes.
that Doge coin and they trying to push that AI coin shit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you,
Well,
Elon
yeah.
is rigging the fucking game, baby. Believe that.
But you know why? I was talking to I was having a deep conversation. I had to get online. I said, I gotta get online. I gotta talk to Miss Glam and the girl because this is too much for my brain. I know they've been digging in. And I say that because right now I don't understand because I live in New York and I come back to New York and my home isn't going to be in chaos because of
Mhm.
something someone else said and someone
Mhm.
else did. They're supposed to represent all of our best interests. And I don't feel
Mhm.
that way. And I feel like as an American, the one thing we always are proud to say is we have a voice, the
Yeah.
First Amendment's rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And
why
now,
everybody wanted to come over here.
yeah, yeah, they don't even realize that. They thought it
Mhm.
was just the money, y'all, but it was really our liberties, the liberty
Mhm.
and our ability to pursue happiness.
Yeah.
And
What
right
it
now, we're
say?
not given that opportunity.
What it say? In liberty and justice for all. I
Yeah,
Mhm.
think
yeah, and not for nothing. The First Amendment is freedom of
mm,
speech,
speech.
freedom
Yep.
of
And
expression,
they took that
freedom
when
of
they started this
religion.
social media shit. And they blocking you for saying shit and cussing. That's freedom
Yeah,
of speech, baby. No matter how it come out, it's freedom of
and
speech.
censor.
It's
You're
freedom
right.
of
Anytime they
speech.
censor you in any way, but you know that we have always, like Miss Funk Glenn always try to teach us about etiquette. And what
Mm-hmm.
I've seen now, Miss Glenn, is the breakdown of common decency. Why you talking
Yep.
Right.
about common sense? Let's talk about that
Yep.
common decency, having
Mhm.
etiquette for as being an intelligent
Mm-hmm.
individual, knowing that when a person, especially in that form, is speaking, you don't
Mm-hmm.
hackle, you don't yell, you don't deter the person from what they stood up to say. I'm embarrassed to call myself an American today.
Well, that's what
I
that
don't
now.
want to be known as one of them.
But you
Now
know
that's
why the
what she
man was
was just
heckling him?
saying.
You know why the
What?
man was doing that? And the man wasn't just no regular person. He was a senator. That was a Congress meeting.
Yeah, he's a
I
You know what I'm
heard
senator.
that.
saying? He was
Yeah.
heckling because he's trying to take Medicare away from people. What the fuck is the senior citizens going to do? What the fuck?
Oh
There's a
no.
lot of disabled people out here.
And you know what, President
Well, I'm
Trump,
one
he
of
was
them.
speaking up for his constituents. And those are the people that he represents.
Yep.
That's and
Yep.
I feel that man. Take me up out of here. I'm
Yep.
going to stand. And guess what? Where we
Because they
gotta
ain't
look
never
at,
seen a spectacle like this ever, y'all. This is a
but
Yeah.
spectacle.
but these people are intimidated. I would like to say that they're not just
I believe that too.
invaded, they're intimidated. Because one thing about
They're
white people,
intimidated
y'all,
because he doing shit like locking the doors so the motherfucking congressman can't go to work that day. What?
but you
Having
know why he's
security
looking
out there
for
telling
you.
them, no, y'all can't come in. What?
Because a bully. He's a
That is
bully.
crazy.
But I really want to focus on if he was a business owner, he couldn't do none of that either. Like, do you understand? The dictatorship has always been in this man. That's why he's always been a failed businessman. I'm gonna
But y'all look
repeat
at
that.
this, y'all. He's going after Congress because they the only ones can overturn his votes. Pay attention, y'all.
Yeah.
They the
It's a
only
man.
one can overturn all the shit he doing, and he's trying to fire them. For
And you know
real?
what?
Yeah.
And to be a
Yeah.
fair, that's what a dictatorship really take over because that is not your job. They do not represent you, Trump. They're supposed to come against you. That's their job.
They
Well,
supposed to do what's
actually,
right for the people, their
exactly.
That
constituents.
part. That's what I'm saying. That's what
But
I'm saying. In that respect, they're not.
hmm
That's what that man standing up. What's his job? And everybody that
what?
didn't stand up in that moment
He
didn't do
probably
their
ain't lose his
job.
job. Well, he might did lose his job because he
No,
run
no, no,
against
not lose
Trump.
his job. I said that is his job. He supposed to
Oh,
stand up for us. I
yeah,
might not be in
and he did.
Texas, but your job is to
Mhm.
stand up and say, "Hey, we don't like that,"
Yeah, and he
and put
did.
me out. And I
And see, the
appreciate
whole
that man
thing
doing
is
that.
they don't want to hear. If anything is going against what they saying, they just want you gone. Get
They
out their
want you
face.
gone.
Yeah, they
Right.
call it
You gotta
silence.
agree
Right.
with them.
Right. Well,
They
listen, y'all.
silence you. They,
One second. Hear it. I didn't see this yesterday.
Successful in the history of our nation
So he's talking, but the guy is standing up.
by many.
He can't take Medicare. I mean, come on.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number two is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that
what?
list, but we'll take it. Within hours of
Number
taking
two.
the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done.
Mm-mm.
As a
You
result,
foolish.
illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
Well, okay, all right, you did that, but this other stuff that you're doing.
But you know, Miss Glam, I'm embarrassed of this man.
But that's what Susie was saying. She was saying that about
They
like,
heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way.
okay, Big
In
Neil,
comparison,
how much
under
time do
Joe
I have
Biden,
left?
the worst president in American history,
Is you.
there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from
Oh
mental
And
Jesus.
that's the
institutions
Oh
and
whole thing
Jesus.
about
insane
black
Oh
people that
asylums,
Lord.
bothers me.
were
Okay,
released into
is
our
Mm.
country.
because
Who would want to do that?
because we know what it's
This is my
like to
fifth
be the
such speech
motherfuckers
to
that's getting the
Congress.
shit into the
And
stick.
once
I feel
again, I
like we
look
should have
at the
stuck up for the
Democrats in
Mexicans
front
more.
of me,
I really
and
do.
8 Sleep's brand new Top 4
Okay.
is truly incredible right out of the box.
Okay, so let's stop it there. I do
Because I
believe
ain't got
that.
no problem with the Mexicans coming over here. I actually like them.
Well, I didn't have a problem
I
with
have
the.
yet to meet a mad Mexican. I have yet to meet a mad Mexican. Okay,
Oh, thank you.
yet.
You know, I didn't have a problem with the Mexicans coming over here. Oh Jesus, what's that? Oh
Just a little bit of glam, just a little bit.
Oh wait a
You got,
minute,
we
can
gotta
I get
laugh, y'all, because if we don't laugh at this, we will get a blood pressure problem, and we can't afford. Because you right, they cut off Medicaid. We can't. What Miss Glam? I'm with you, girl. What we gonna do? Because see,
they
everybody don't
can't.
know
can't
my
do nothing?
story.
Yeah, they cannot cut off Medicaid or Medicare. You know, like you said, you got people that have worked. I mean, so what do you? So I mean,
Really
so
alive.
what are you saying? People just what you saying? They just go in the corner and die? Is that what you're saying?
Right,
Okay,
Put
right.
them in the corner and
and you
they
know what,
just
Miss
die?
Glam? Ooh.
And see, that further make me think that they did this COVID shit to get rid of people. All right, the COVID ain't kill
Absolutely.
enough of the elderlies and motherfucking babies. Let's go ahead and take their Medicare away and see how many of them die from that. And then,
And not just that, y'all. Let's make it the fact they got us hooked on the drugs. They got
yep,
us hooked on pharmaceuticals. I ain't
yep.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just the painkillers, y'all. I'm
I
talking about the
know.
pills that we got to take for the rest of our life. Whether you have high blood
Uh-huh.
pressure,
Well, I'm
diabetes, any other
Uh-huh.
definitely,
condition. But
I'm
the thing
definitely
about it
one
is,
of them.
but Miss Glenn, but they never had a petition for us to get off of them drugs. It was
Mm-mm.
always meant to keep us, and we are the business. If I wake it up,
Yep.
American Pharmaceuticals is the business of America, y'all.
Girl,
Why y'all think
And
yes,
then let me ask you
the
something,
biggest scandal?
yes,
sister
yes,
girl.
yes.
They over in Jamaica, they more into herbal things that heal right
Yeah,
now
Mm-hmm.
but
over there,
they
ain't they?
don't even have that many
Mm-hmm.
doctors, girl. They keep their stuff up on
Uh-huh.
their vitamins. They do things like bitters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, y'all, looking for a herbalist
Uh-huh.
for real. I
Yeah,
came here
send me some
looking for
Wait a
soursop
minute, wait a
bitters.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You said you there looking for what?
a herbalist, a
Oh,
herbalist doctor. I'm tired of these
herbalists.
drugs. This morning. Yeah,
Okay.
I really want somebody who
You know
this.
they
They
probably
call
got a
it.
lot of them out there though, sister girl.
They do,
They
but you
probably
got to
got a
find the
lot
right
of them.
one. But they don't. But you know, it's they call it what they call it bush medicine, call it root
Yeah,
medicine, because
Uh-huh.
you drinking roots, you drinking things
yeah.
that you might not. Let me come in there. You
Mm-hmm.
might
No,
not
well,
necessarily think that you should drink.
I'm taking sour sop
I like the
bitters
soursop.
now. I'm taking it now.
Mm-hmm.
And, a girlfriend of mine, bless her heart, she's going on. But I remember when she, I don't know how we met. Oh, we met at the credit union. And we
Mm,
connected and started, seeing each other outside of the credit union.
the job.
And she was
Mm,
always into herbs and different things. And she said, "Oh, Miss Graham, I forgot to tell you about soursop." And I said, "Well, what's that?" She said, "Well, it's a herb." And that doctor, CB Sama, whatever his name is, he was big on the soursop and the sea moss. Those were his two
you
like
know
go
what,
to.
Miss
And
Glam? I think I see a sour sap tree out here.
you
I see
probably
a real
do.
tree.
You
I'm gonna look
probably
into it
do.
now.
The
You know,
little
got my ears
green.
open.
You probably
They
do.
ugly.
You probably do. Yeah, they're real
They
ugly,
they
but it fights off
they
a
look like a
lot
bug
of.
almost.
Yes. but it fights off a lot of
I'm gonna get some.
diseases. It actually fights off cancer, and that's when I
What?
started.
Okay, now I'm definitely gonna
That's
get
when
some.
that's when I started drinking it. So I keep sour side, and I
What,
get
the
the
sour sop?
leaves. I get the leaves.
Yeah, the sour sop. That is so
Yeah.
good for you for so many different reasons.
Yes, so many different things. It is, so I agree with that. That we definitely have to get back into, our B12. Our like my doctor told me the last time I went to my oncologist, he was like, "Well, you need to go and get checked for what is that for your bones." And I said, okay, but I go to so many different doctors, one for this, one for that, one for this, one for that. So,
Hmm.
like you said, just like I was just talking the other day about this last doctor, I said, why did you? I've never came to this particular doctor this many times in a month. And she said, well, I
Hmm.
just want to make sure. And I just looked at her like this. I just looked at her, and I told her, I said, look, ma'am, I don't drive like this. You got me coming like back and forth, back and forth. I don't drive like this. Okay.
Hmm.
So she said, well, we just want to make sure. And I'm looking at her like,
I
you
don't know,
don't
cause
get,
my doctor was like that too, and I had to keep going back and forth and back and forth. It made me seem like when Trump got in the office, girl, they trying to make sure they gonna have some money. I'm telling you, there is some shit going on, y'all, and we don't know about it. We not privy to it, baby, but there's some shit going on. People trying to get their money, okay? They trying to
mm.
get their money, baby. Like, yeah.
So what
My
happened
doctor ain't
with
never
the,
give me so many referrals. Bitch, what is I'm doing all this for?
yeah, same
And
here,
you know what?
same
That's what
here.
people are getting discouraged because we're looking for a difference, and we're going backwards. And you
Yep.
know what people don't realize with what depression really is. Depression. I've studied mental health for years, not just being an advocate for mental health, but also
Hmm.
being a sufferer. Because depression is real, y'all. When depression is
Hmm.
having that feeling of being overwhelmed and
Hmm.
not knowing how to get out of that situation. He's put a depression on this country like it's never seen.
Hmm.
People are losing. I was talking to Be Live, y'all. People are in the comments. Miss E got up there and said she lost $50,000 yesterday. Everybody know who Miss E is. Like I said, we can kiki and cackle and carry
For
on
what?
together.
For what?
Girl,
Yeah,
in the
for
stock
what?
market, her 401k, her diversified 401k, a Roth IRA, whatever it is she invested her retirement plan in, she was sold. It went
Oh my
down
God.
$50,000 in one day. And I'm gonna tell you this. As we've been talking about in your live, Miss Glam, I be sure be running my mouth like they need to get in Miss Glam live. We be getting into it. They need to take that money out and do what they need to with it. That
Mm-hmm.
dream, and let me tell you something. What made me come to my
Mm-hmm.
conclusion, Miss Glam, I was like everybody else in mine, like mine. I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna go retire, work hard, retire with my big old whatever retirement fund and sit around
Mm-hmm.
and do nothing. But Miss Glam, that's the impossible dream. You are
Yes.
you have lived it yourself, and you're in that phase where you're trying to reap the benefits of the fruits of your labor, and you see yourself, Miss Glam, it's a lie in 2025. So you want
Well,
me to
even
believe in 20 more years it's
mm-hmm.
gonna be the same thing? In 20 more
Well, even
years, you mean
on
tell me
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
here.
be
be?
worse, baby.
I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. You got to even look at it. I was talking this morning when I first started, and I was saying, guys, the truth is not popular with some
Mm-mm.
people. I said, but guess what?
Hmm.
It's going to be popular in a minute, and shame on you because guess what? People. It's not like you don't have lives like this one. They're saying, "Hey, wake up." Wake up. Okay, the Kiki is cute, it's fine, and all that other stuff, but you better wake the hell up. And
Mm-hmm.
even with, like you said, wanting to relax, I'm on here hustling. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I'm on
Yep. Miss
here.
Glam, and I'm with the hustle. Call me Nipsey. I'm with the hustle, honey.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
with you, Miss Glam. That's what
Yeah.
it's messed up because we are trying to just make it, and not for nothing. My American dream might not be the same thing as your American dream, but right
Mm-hmm.
now he making it so none of us can make it. So we
Well,
all feeling the kick in the
if
ass.
he take away, um, um, now I'm gonna have to go dig into that because if you take away Medicare, that I mean,
Well, you know what's
basically,
gonna happen,
what are
Miss
you
Graham?
saying?
We know what's gonna happen with that? The
Basically
doctors are
saying,
not gonna get paid.
fuck y'all.
But
You
Exactly.
saying,
y'all know
fuck
what's
y'all.
happening.
That's what you saying.
But not really, y'all, because the way the medicine law is set up, you might can't go to no doctor, but you're gonna have to go to the emergency department. You're not gonna be able to go and be proactive. You have to be more reactive with your care.
So
It's still
then you got to think about it like this, sister girl. If
Mhm.
Medicare has been taken away, you don't think these emergency rooms is going to start turning people away because they know they can't pay?
Exactly. They can't
It's
pay.
But
about
they
to be that
can't.
type of place,
But no,
baby.
but legally they can't. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's a legal
They
thing. That's
is
why.
taking the legal out of everything, baby.
That's
Well,
what I was just
I
They
about to
saying
say.
understand,
fuck the rules,
but hold on,
baby.
y'all.
This is a
I
different
understand,
time we living in. They don't care
but
about no
President,
rules that was in place before they got here. They don't.
I but President Trump wants you to remember that I'm on your side. I'm trying to
No.
express the fact of what both sides are, y'all, because it's always going to be. We got two eyes, even though we might see the same thing when we have both our eyes open. But once you close one of those eyes, your perception has changed. You can't see the other side of the room. So that's why
Well,
I want us to
I
see
just feel
both
like
sides
times
of
have
the
changed,
room.
baby, and we not
They
living in
have.
nothing
I'm
we ever
agreeing
lived
with
in
you.
before. You
I'm
see, the
agreeing with you
rules
on
don't even
that.
apply. They doing what they want to do.
But I'm
So,
saying people need to wake up to that right there, President Trump, as grown folks. Cause see, the kids
Okay.
that's coming up, our kids, our great kids, they won't even know. It's
Hmm.
us who gonna be feeling the biggest impact on what they've done. Cause we knew freedom, we knew a choice, and right now
Hmm.
that's what we fussing about. He's taking away a choice, and we all feel it. Whether you poor, whether you black. So I understand people say it's not a black or white issue anymore, but we can only speak from our black perspectives. That's all we got. We can't speak for what it's like to be white or Chinese or Mexican and go through this. So I think people need to start
That's
just
true.
listening to people's perspective and say that's what they're going through and just honor that. Because we cannot speak to everybody because we're not everybody. We all just have one vision. And when we come together, we can see clear vision. Because now I got your perception, your perception. That's why I came to this room. Because I can think whatever I want to think in my head, y'all. But what's going on?
Hmm.
What y'all
Hmm.
thinking? What's going on in y'all area? There's a discussion. And now for nothing, sometimes I've noticed when this is just something not just black people, but I'm just speaking from what my experience is. Sometimes when you bring up tough situations, people get angry about it because they don't know what to do about it. And that's why I said he's depressing this nation. And there's going to be a lot of fighting and arguing that's going to come out of nowhere because people are frustrated. So I want people to be mindful of that
what
and
the
just
hell
say,
does
you
this
know
got to
what?
Right.
do with the prices here in China? You see how you took one conversation and you went across the moon and through the fucking
No,
river?
I
Do you
don't.
see it? Do you
I'm
see
talking
it?
about
That's
you
what.
know
This is
what?
why
Because
me
I'm
and you
talking about
always arguing.
hold
This
up. But I'm
why.
talking about mental health. Because a lot of people going crazy in this moment. And I can say it
They
like
is.
that. I'm talking about
They is.
depression. I tried to make it on a clinical note. Because I have
Mm.
experience in what it is to have a mental health issue, what it means to be mentally well, and understand that mental illness is just a moment. Just like you getting sick in your body, you can get well. So people, I'm saying this to speak to the spirit man in your head.
Well, my
Don't get
motherfucking mental
overconsumed.
illness. If I don't got no meds, my shit caused me to be off, baby. I don't know about you, baby,
Well,
but
see,
I
that's
need
what I'm
my
saying. That's
motherfucking
another
meds to keep me
thing.
stable. You hear me?
I hear you, brother Joe. I got my damn drugs too. So that's how. What about them people you need on them drugs?
I'm telling
That
you.
they
Well,
ain't think about that. What happened when they
well,
become unmedicated?
well.
What happened?
I just okay. Well, okay. On that note, I believe that's what he wants, and then I'm gonna end that part right there. Okay, so
Mm.
this is the title for today. The U.S. Marshals. The U.S. Marshals. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Like you said, everyone's perspective is going to be different because we're gonna gauge it from where we at. Absolutely,
Right.
and that's okay. And that's okay, and that's why we have platforms like this. So, like you said,
Right.
so I can hear what President Troll is dealing with. President Troll say, "Hey, if I don't have my meds, something gonna happen." You got to think about the other
Yep.
thousands and thousands of people
Uh-huh.
that's going to be in the same freaking
Yep.
way. Okay.
Yep.
So now it's stating that what if Trump violates the court orders that he has been given? What if he violates it? What if he continues to say, I'm doing what I want to do? Okay, the law is saying the U.S. Marshal shall execute these orders. So I'm thinking about the Bible
What was
now. It
taking them
says,
so goddamn long? What was taking them so goddamn long? Y'all been saying
well,
this going on, right? Now y'all want to call in the U.S. Marshals. Y'all supposed to been did that. He been violating civil
I
liberties.
don't
You know
think,
what I'm
but see,
saying?
maybe they, I believe they don't, I believe they didn't think it would go this far. I believe they didn't
Okay.
think that he would go this far. Now it's like, hold up, wait a second, Trump. You know, you are, and I read article where they just called it what it is: lawlessness. No
Yes,
laws,
it
no
is.
rules,
You know what? That's
Yeah.
lawlessness.
embarrassing, y'all.
It
Yeah.
Imagine the
is,
president getting up there with lawlessness on his breath. And
and
Huh.
now,
he
and
don't
then
care.
he talking
He
about
don't
the
care.
people that are lawless. Imagine you
He,
being, and to be honest to you, America being the prideful nation that it is, America the proud, America the brave, America the strong. What do you think that we look like in the eyes of the world? Back to them
girl,
two eyes, y'all. The
Idiot.
girl, some,
We
perception.
looking like real idiots. We looking
and
like real spoiled, entitled, um, don't give a fuck about nobody but ourselves ass motherfuckers. And they
right,
act like because he's speaking on the bullshit that it's us. He don't
it's
speak for us.
everybody, right? But
Especially not
Right.
him.
let me say this. Let me say this right quick. Let me say this right quick. That this is really off. This is really off topic. Okay, I'm gonna go to a different area. Hey, lady, Sonia. I'm gonna go to a different topic right quick. I'm not gonna stay here, but it's just like I know everybody saw what happened in Alabama with the food stamps, where people were stealing the food stamps, and people was going into their accounts, and there were no food stamps. Okay,
Oh
did y'all hear about
wow.
that?
I
Oh
think I
In
yeah.
heard a
the
little bit about it.
Oh, it was
who
a huge.
stole?
It was
Well,
people that
people.
worked there, right?
Well, okay, that was a separate incident. That was a separate incident with the mother and the daughter that had stole all these food stamps from people's accounts. And the mother was a supervisor at DS. What is it called? DSS or Social Security? Not Social Security. Y'all know what I'm
Department of
trying
Social
to say.
Services,
She was a
DSS, Department of Social Services.
Department of Social
Yeah.
Services. She was a supervisor, honey, and her daughter was going into these people's account and was stealing their food stamps. That was one incident. The other incident, I guess it was a worldwide where the system had been hacked. Okay.
Oh
Now,
wow.
see this. Now this goes back to when me and Susie was talking. Now I've never heard of that. I've never heard of since out of my uh, over 4 decades, because I'm over 4 decades, over 5 decades. Okay, all right. I have never heard of the system being hacked for food stamps. Never,
Me either. Me either.
never.
You know what, Miss Glam? Let's wake it up. People would be ashamed. They barely want to spend food stamps. And to be fair, food stamps never got the respect that they deserve until they start stealing them. Let's wake it up. You know, sister girl
That's
don't
it.
care. Sister girl do not care. I'm gonna say it from the
That's
bottom of my
it.
soul.
Now this
Everybody
was the
wanted them food stamps, Miss Glam,
No
but
food
nobody
stamps
want to
yes,
never got
stand
the
in that
respect they
line.
deserve, child.
yes. They were
Yeah, they don't want to go
listen.
in there and sign up.
They were blowing the horn. Do
Girl.
you hear me?
Yeah,
The
Miss
Huh?
horn
Glam,
was
I'm
the
sick of
horn
these
was being
peoples.
blown. Do you hear
Okay.
me?
And and, and you know it's bad.
Uh-huh.
The food stamp is for the poor people. So if you don't get it, that means you don't qualify. You can feed your damn self. That is the epitome of greed.
You
Because
know why I feel like the food stamp system had got hacked? I feel like too many people was trying to steal at the same time.
oh, I'm
And it
done
was
with
a
you, Birth
stealing
Control.
overload. It
Not a
was a
stealing
stealing
overload.
overload, baby.
You know what? When
I done
people are
heard it all.
desperate, let's be fair. Girl,
It
yeah,
says
and
I
you
have
know
some
what?
food
We in that
stamp
time of hearing it
stories
all.
that would have you on the floor. What we're talking about is the whole system. I mean, the
No, yeah,
whole
that's
system. This was not
Miss
just
Glam.
like
That's
one
what's more
person or
embarrassing.
this was not like just one person or two person. We talking about the whole system. It made the news.
I
This
want to know who did it, Miss Glam. I want them to
okay,
take that
we'll
walk
get
of
to that.
shame
All
because
right.
because
We'll
good
get
talk.
to
I'm gonna say what I said, Miss Glam. Because how embarrassing! All right, that's embarrassing. You stealing food stamps?
and it was two
Oh,
black
they need to
Okay,
ladies.
be
I know
drugged.
this on subject, but Miss Glenn, why I was watching something on YouTube, I mean on TikTok, and the nigga was talking about how it's a gay gang in Alabama jails called the what they called the Barbie dolls.
Oh my
And said they said they bought their shit too.
Girl, you know them punks is. I don't know what you thought. They killed me.
And said they killers and gorillas.
you know what,
Girl, they
y'all.
worse than
You know what,
women.
y'all.
They worse than women. I'm just gonna say. I had to say it, Miss Glam. They worse than women now because they
I'm
want to beat
telling you.
us and they got the strength to beat us.
I'm
Girl,
telling you.
I don't play with no
It said
punks.
they killers and gorillas, baby. Real
Y'all is a
Mm-mm.
sweet life.
mess. Y'all is a
Girl, you
mess.
know
Child.
it's hump day, Miss
Okay,
Glam. It's hump
so
day. Gotta make it through the week.
it is. It is hump day. Okay, so now getting back to this, and then I'm going to get back to why I brought up that food stamp story. But give me 1 second because that is off topic a little bit, but I definitely want to get back to it. Um, it says, so what is the relation to the scam? Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it. I promise. Okay.
So what is
Well, let me see which
this
one should I
related
do
to
first. Now y'all got me because I got one pulled up. Okay, so what if Trump? Okay, I want to know this. So what if Trump violates
Prices down.
the
If you
order?
don't buy them now, they won't
Okay,
be available
Well, you
again at this
already know
price.
he is though, because that's
These
in
are
his
eyeglasses you
character. Whatever that goes against the system, he's going to do it. You know.
well, we don't know. We got to.
Welcome, friends, to another edition of Justice Matters One on One. I'm really excited today because as we have been
Um,
keeping track of what's going on in the courts with the Trump administration and Donald Trump signing executive orders
well,
one after another, and courts intervening
yes,
in instance after instance, putting at least a temporary stop, a preliminary
right.
injunction, or a temporary restraining order in place. And as I think you all know, there's already been one indication that a federal judge believes that the Trump administration is not complying with
Hmm.
those court orders. So we are often talking about, okay,
Oh,
what happens next if
Right.
this
well,
persists? And I've
damn,
got
yo.
the perfect person to talk about this topic, and it's Art Roderick, who happened to spend 25 years with the U.S. Marshal Service, serving in positions like Assistant Director for Investigations,
Hmm.
Chief of Staff. Before that, before joining the Marshal Service, he was an Army military police officer. Those are folks that I worked with when I was an Army JAG back in the day. He was also a police officer in Massachusetts, and he retired in, I believe it was 2008. And he'll talk a little bit now toward the end about what he's doing these days and some of his other thing is we had to meet with these witnesses sometimes for days and days.
Okay, I want to hear from the news. If you might know, I don't do third parties. Okay, um, so I got to see what are they going to do. Okay, I'm talking about relevant investigation journalists and lawyers. Okay, oh, okay, you guys are talking.
And you
Okay,
know
so
what? And that's a good
oh,
valid
here we
point.
go. Hmm.
I'm about to get down, but I'm still in here, y'all.
I
Okay,
love investigative journalism, and like they said, lawyers. Cause not for nothing, they can give us insight on what is really going on, and like most people right now, Miss Glam, they talking about the man still violating and speculating, and I
exactly.
wanted to hear what investigation they doing. What are they going to do about these laws? Because until then, this man is boasting and bragging like he got away with it, Miss Lamb. And
Eight
I'm gonna get
six
on down like
six.
President Trump. So I want you to do your thing. But Ms. Lamb, you don't be in the comments. And if I got something to say, I'm gonna pop outside of my little old body because this got me upset and activated today. And guess what, Miss
Okay,
Glenn? We need to pump our blood. We
yes,
needed it.
yeah.
So
We need. I mean, we need this, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It says. It says. Tell us. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go back to it. Let's go back to it.
time for purposes of preparing them to testify in upcoming RICO trials. And it was such a secure program that the U.S. Marshals wouldn't even bring them to Washington, D.C., because that was considered the danger zone. So they would fly us all over the country, the prosecutors, to what they call neutral site visits. I'm not even going to tell you where, but all over the country, which, was a little bit of a challenge for the prosecutors. But I'll tell you, two things I always say about the Marshal Service. One, when you hear that saying, they always get their man or their woman, they always do. And when they protect somebody, that person can sleep soundly because they are going to be well protected. And I have always said the U.S. Marshal Service is one of the most consistently outstanding crack outfits of all of the many law enforcement agencies in Washington, D.C. And I'm not just blowing smoke. I have said that for decades because I worked closely with the men and women of the Marshal Service in Washington, D.C. So I appreciate what you did and what the Marshal Service does. So here's really what I want to focus on. We have all of these cases that are now in court. More than 50 legal challenges have been filed to various things the current administration has done. We've had judges find that executive orders that are being signed are either unlawful or unconstitutional, and the judges have put us.
Okay, so wait a second. So did y'all hear that? So there are over 50. There are over 50 basically I'm gonna say sanctions or to stop. Okay, so they have been coming against the executive orders that Trump has been doing. Okay, so they have been coming against the executive orders that it is a passionate topic. It is. It definitely is, because this is going to affect us. This is affecting us. Okay, so it is a very passionate topic. Okay, so let's listen, guys, because what they're saying is that yes, courts have filed to say, hey, Trump, you can't do this. He's still doing it.
To the administration implementing some of those orders, issued preliminary injunctions or temporary restraining orders while they have more full-blown evidentiary hearings on the issue. One in particular that I want to take on is, people probably know that the administration signed an executive order. President Trump signed an executive order freezing all federal funding that was otherwise going to the states that had been allocated by Congress. And 25 states, the attorneys general, filed a suit seeking to have that freeze lifted, seeking a restraining order against the administration from doing that, freezing those funds. A judge up in Rhode Island, federal court judge, granted that temporary restraining order, but it looks like the Trump administration is violating the restraining order. That's not my take on it. That is the take of the presiding judge.
Let's stop right there. Okay, I mentioned that this morning where I was talking about Rhode Island. I thought it was Maine, but it was Rhode Island, where the judge, they were granted the temporarily, say, hey, Trump, you can't do this. Trump did it anyway. Okay, so comment. I think people think he's a puppet. It says, but he reminds me of some of my students. Who, Trump? Trump reminds me of one of those bullies out in the playground where he's got a gang of people behind him. Okay, and to me, without those people, he's nothing. He's nothing. Not stating they're telling him what to do, but they give him courage. Somebody on this app reminds me of that. Okay, without them, without that, they're merely nothing. Okay, so
Jay McConnell Jr. Let me just read his opening sentence in this motion, this challenge that was brought by these 25 state attorneys general. He says it's a basic proposition that all orders and judgments of courts must be complied with promptly. Persons who make private determinations of the law and refuse to obey an order generally risk criminal contempt. I don't want to say them fighting words, but those are strong words coming from a federal court judge to the current administration. Now, Art,
Mm-hmm.
I know that if push comes to shove, it is the U.S. Marshal Service that has to execute United States court orders, federal
Wow.
judges' orders. And in fact, you can probably recite this in your sleep, but for our viewers here, the federal law, 28 USC 566C, says that the United States Marshal Service shall execute all lawful writs process and orders issued under the authority of the United States and command all necessary assistance to execute its duty. So, first of all, talk a little bit about that responsibility generally. And then, if you can take the viewers through a little bit of a thought experiment, what happens if a court issues a contempt order that involves a member of the administration? What does the Marshal Service do with that?
It's a touchy situation anytime we're dealing with attorneys or politicians. I will tell you that historically our authority derives from the attorney.
Okay, Sonia, the judge has already ruled. Okay, it's already went to court. Okay, so these executive orders that Trump has tried to has implemented, the judge has said no. Okay, he went on ahead anyway. Yeah, he went on ahead anyway. So it already has went to a judge. Okay, the judge has already said no. I'm going to put a temporary. I believe Rhode Island was the first one to do it. Rhode Island was the first judge to go and say, "Hey, no, the judge ordered a freeze. Said Trump, your administration cannot do this." He did it anyway. What this guy is saying that there is over 50 basically complaints with these executive orders that Trump has already implemented. However, he's not supposed to be doing it. Number one, he bypassed the House. You can't do that. He bypassed the House. You can't do that.
I wanted to add this little insert as I came in my mind as you were speaking and listening, and I was listening to this man speak. Is
Hmm.
that this is the makings of what never ended, Miss Lamb. Back when Abraham Lincoln signed that executive order ending
Uh huh.
slavery
Uh
never
huh.
ended. And this
No.
right here to me is waking that up because this man he's taking out the smaller fruit first. They say the low hanging fruit, and come
Mm-hmm.
for the big fruit
Mm-hmm.
because the civil war will begin because it's the interest of money, it's the interest of power. And that is what started the Civil
Oh.
War in the beginning. And America is a warring country. America has been fighting itself since it came here, since the Spanish American War. We can go back in history, Ms. Lamb. The Revolutionary War. And that's why black people, I'm going to say it again now, we are not a part of this discussion. We need to get our money that we've invested out of their businesses and duck. Tuck, duck, and run. Let them fight it
I need
out.
to talk to
Don't
Miss
be on
E.
that line.
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
to
Miss
talk
E
to
out
Miss
here.
E.
Because Miss Lamb, it's a lot of people was saying about how they lost 100,000. One person said 100,000 yesterday. Just money that people have not even made in their life. I'm just gonna be fair, Miss Lamb. And some people ain't never even made $100,000 in their life. And some people just lost it in one day. And not for
Right.
nothing, that
Okay.
money only get you have to earn that
Right.
money in order to put it away.
Okay. Okay.
So
Right.
I'm gonna get them down, but black people duck, take your money out, duck, and we gonna run and cover. But Miss Lamb,
Um. Grand Rising, my brother. Grand Rising. Yes. Yes. I didn't know that. It says as I track. Okay. You know what? I didn't know that. I fell asleep yesterday, guys. But but these executive orders, I'm just, I'm in an awe. I'm having an awe moment because, okay, if the judge has said, you know, eh, if the judge has said, no, you can't do this, Trump, your administration is violating, my orders. I have set an order down for you to not do what you are doing, and you're doing it anyway. That's lawlessness. Lawlessness, period. Okay, so now they're stating that, okay, we're going to have to bring in the marshals. So now, what do the marshals do? Do they physically, do they physically go in and get physical? What do they do? Because it's obvious this piece of paper that's stating, hey, Trump, you can't do this. He's not listening. So what happens now with the with the martial law? What are they? I mean, excuse me. I think I'm talking too fast, guys. Please excuse me. I thank each and every one of you for joining Uncensored with the Glam. I thank you so much. I'm here every morning, guys. Definitely, you can always invite. You can always send me an email. Uncensored with the Glam at gmail.com. Let me know if you got some topics. If you have clips, because sometimes I miss things. Like yesterday, I heard that there were going to be the town hall going on yesterday. President Troll was talking about the guy that looked like me that was in there, and he was bringing up some topics and some things. It's like President Trump is saying that no one exists in the world but him and his goonies. Okay?
So the Attorney General establishes what we're going to go after within the Department of Justice. So realistically, constitutionally, the U.S. Marshals can enforce any federal law, period.
Okay.
The other agencies are all statutory driven. FBI, DEA, ATF, they all have the statutes of 18 USC that they enforce, or in some cases 8 USC, which we're currently going on now with immigration law.
Do you have old pictures on your PC or smartphone? Then this video is for you.
Okay, so he's saying that they can enforce. So what they're going to do, hey, Mr. D, welcome back. So he's stating that they can enforce, okay, what the judge has stated. Now, since Trump and his goonies are stating that they're going to do what they want to do. Now, I want to know this. Are they going to enforce something about Elon? Because he's only an appointee. He is not an official. I'm not understanding why there hasn't been some type of sanction for him. He is not an official at all.
Nobody believed me at first, but now everybody.
Immigration law. But the bottom line is, whenever we get these kind of high-end orders from a judge or from the Department of Justice, usually it's the Attorney General telling us to do X, Y, and Z. We're just not out there enforcing these court orders from a judge. So the judge would issue the court order to the local district. So that local United States Marshal, basically what would start happening was between the U.S. Attorney and the U.S. Marshal, they would go ahead, notify the Department of Justice. The attorneys from the Marshal Service and from DOJ would get together and figure out, okay, what's going on here? This has happened in the past. I mean, we have had orders for us to go ahead and seize certain evidentiary items, specifically dealing with Waco. This was some years ago, where we actually had to go over and seize evidence from the FBI. Okay, somewhat similar, but a little different. We uniquely hold a position where we support all three branches of government.
Right.
So we're kind of in a juxtaposition between the legislative, judicial, and the executive branch. We do take a lot of, I wouldn't say orders, but a lot of advice from federal judges, from the administrative office of U.S. courts, and even sometimes from the Supreme Court justices themselves, which the Marshal Service just recently has been tagged to provide 24/7 protection to the.
Do anybody know where Miss E is at? Do anybody know where Miss E is at? Okay, I'm listening to this guy here, but I want to know, when are you guys going to stop Trump? When? When? That's my thing. When? When are you guys going to stop Trump? We can keep hearing, the process, but when is the process going to take place? Now he's giving us the process. Okay, when is the process going to take place? This man has been ordered not to do certain things, and he's still doing it. Okay, Trump moves forward, ending independent law enforcement as a core American value. You see what I'm saying? When? I'm just, I mean, it's just not making it's just not making. Okay, there's a new. It's okay. Uh, what is it? Zelensky. The okay, occupation of Ukraine, martial law imposed. When was this? So did he call a martial law against Ukraine? Does anyone know? Let me put that on my note. Did he call martial law? It doesn't. Okay, did he call a martial law against Ukraine? Because he got pissed off because the man didn't bow down to him. And welcome all my new people. See, that's why I had to do my single live, guys. Um, because there's certain tasks that you get on your panel, and then there's certain tasks that you get for your single lives. Okay. So yeah, I had to do my single lives. I had been doing panels, so I had to kind of switch it up a little bit, so I can get my task done for my family. Okay. So now this is a question, guys. Did he call in the martial law? Okay, guys, let's write that down. Let's write that down. Did Trump go against Zelensky? Because Zelensky wasn't buying it. Then he want to tell the man how he had to dress to come in the Oval Office. Okay, so did he call a martial law on him? I'm taking my notes, guys, because I would definitely, this was a new order. This was 1 day ago. This was 1 day ago. Okay. Let me go back up. I just got another alert. Let me see what my alert is stating. Okay, so this is live. Okay. This is live. Now I have Coinbase. Oh yeah, he
I had my husband
did.
take a photo for me and show me my
Yes.
results, and literally, I was in tears. I could not believe the difference. Amber walked in really concerned about the loose.
And Elon Musk, of course, is the CEO of Tesla and has criticized common sense safety requirements like reporting on crashes that involve his partially automated vehicles. If we continue to let President Trump and Musk unilaterally decide which agencies can function and even exist, our roads and skies are going to be more dangerous and more Americans will die. Or maybe President Trump will make good on his view to get rid of FEMA. Unfortunately, we've seen over the past 3 weeks of his presidency, he is again and again willing to peddle disinformation, overstep his authority, and break the law. Getting rid of FEMA would mean the federal government is abandoning Americans before, during, and after disasters like wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and even floods. And while I'm sure everyone here would agree FEMA can and should be reformed, and I'll lead that charge to make sure that they better meet the needs of disaster survivors, it still plays a critical role.
Now getting rid
In
of
American
FEMA.
lives and helping communities rebuild after an increasingly common and more destructive natural disasters is something we should be focused on.
Exactly.
Federal support and resources such as food, water, generators, urban search and rescue teams, and communication infrastructures can save lives in the aftermath of a disaster.
Absolutely.
FEMA also administers billions of dollars of mitigation grants to reduce the impact of natural hazards, which can save lives, protect property. So, Mr. Chairman, I hope that we can look at these other changes that we're seeing to see whether or not it's fraud or abuse, and whether or not that is something that we need to examine. So I would hope in future hearings we will take a look at an unvetted, highly conflicted person making these choices to understand what is behind.
Hey.
Senator Lackford.
Okay, is your
Thanks for being here. Actually, yesterday I released my eighth
You
report
better
what we
not
call
ever in your
federal
motherfucking
fumbles.
life compare me. Bitch. Don't you ever do that.
I
What
ain't compare you to
happened?
nothing. I just
Ever. Bitch.
I ain't compare you to no.
We're not gonna go.
What? We can't.
Bitch. Did you?
We can. Anyway,
Girl,
I was talking to her
I
about
need the liquor store to
traveling.
open. Okay. What time is
I
it? 8
think
o'clock.
I think
Yeah, the
I'm
motherfucker.
sorry.
Bitch, did you try? You
Foreign is
tried it,
kind of
ho.
tipsy right
You
now. I don't know what she
You
doing.
tried it. Girl, did you really? Girl.
Okay, Sonia. I'll see you tomorrow morning. What happened? What I missed?
Foreign a little tipsy right now. We was talking about traveling. That's
How are
it.
you,
And then she had some weird people coming in her
Glam?
live, so that's why I ended the
AGT
live.
Glam, how are
Don't come over
you?
here with
I'm
that
foreign.
bullshit. Foreign.
Hello. Yeah.
I find you for it.
I'm
Hey, how you doing?
good.
Okay. What we was talking about earlier was I can't even
Traveling.
remember. Yeah, traveling
Yeah.
because the person came in there saying some weird shit. I didn't even read the comments. I ended up just exiting out. So, yeah. Oh, shit,
Not
Topanga. What the
Topanga.
fuck?
It's a Topanga in this motherfucker.
Ooh,
Oh, thank you.
All right, Topanga.
y'all
Who is
dropping
that?
dragon bubbles like that? Ooh, y'all dropping dragon bubbles like that. Topanga, you know you can't
We
just
all know
drop
who
shit
Topanga is. What was
back to
that?
back like
What was
that.
that show? Boy Meets World. I used to love that show.
Boy
Yes,
meets world.
Topanga.
Thank you, Bookie. Thank you.
Oh, they running you up. Okay, well, listen, guys. What I was talking about, and actually, I got to end in a few minutes because I got to go drop on someone. We were talking about, they're calling in the marshals to stop Trump because they got like over 50 they got like over
Executive
50
order.
I guess where they've taken it to the
He's getting out of
yeah,
hand.
where
He's
technically
getting out of hand.
he then
He's
got
getting
out
out
of
of hand to
hand.
a point in 3-4 years. That's why I be telling Susie, like, bitch, you sure you want to come back? Bitch, you need to stay where you at. I know you want to come and visit, but girl, stay where the fuck you at right now. Like, come back, girl, stay where you at. Come back visit, but get the fuck on. And if you come back and visit,
Yeah,
bitch, I hope you. I've been telling people ever since Trump got in office, get a passport. We all need a passport.
Yeah. Topanga,
yeah,
damn, bitch. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, bitch, I gotta come see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, boo. You know what? I'm gonna just drop that shit. I'm gonna send
yes,
you a luxury car at least, cause
I've been
listen,
saying that for the longest.
yeah.
I don't
So
even want
that's
to
A
what
gamble on your
passport.
ass.
And
Thank
it
you.
yeah, that's what
and
we
it's
were talking.
crazy because
Oh,
shit, now these Mexicans, they get to see what it feel like to be black.
well, they consider black.
They are, but they don't like to
They
admit it.
consider black too. Oh yeah, but they are. They just like
Yeah, they don't. They don't like to. They don't like to.
yeah, they
They
are.
don't. Dominicans too. Puerto Ricans, Cubans. Wait,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love going live. I love going live on
you know.
payday. Child. Ooh.
So
Shit.
Oh yeah, that's why I said. Look, that's why I said yeah, include me in these 3x3s because yeah, people like to drop, you know, more on payday.
oh well, yeah.
So and um I was saying that, I come live every morning, but I usually do the panel. And I said, well, for my task for my family, I had to switch it up. So I had to start doing my singles again, so I can get my
Yeah.
task
For
in,
some reason, I
to
seem to
get
do
my
well. I don't know why, but
combat
I seem to do
points.
well with panels. When I'm single live, nobody comes through. But when I do that panel, everybody and mama come through. I be like, what the fuck?
Well, they able to, I don't know. I
But when
think
you
that
do
people are able
panels
to
with
come up out the
me, don't say
comments.
when you do PKs with me, you get ran
No,
up.
I do. When I do, yeah, I do. But I'm saying like when I'm just literally by myself work, cause bitch, you on a different time zone. So when I do my panels, for some reason it seems like
Yeah.
I do well with panels more so than single lives. I really do. Oh.
Yeah, I used to do panels a lot, and then I just realized I just don't need to do panels
Yeah.
no more. But back to what we was talking about real fast. Glam, because somebody came in and kind of fucked up the motion, and I just don't like negativity, especially with somebody telling me that they don't know nothing about traveling, and y'all ain't never been nowhere besides your grandmama house. Um,
Well, listen. I'm gonna stop right there. Because yeah, she comes in my life every day. I was kind of surprised, but she's very vocal. You know how you have some people they're very vocal.
Yeah.
So, but I respect both of you guys. So yeah, I respect both of you guys, and we were just talking about that too. How everyone has their own perspective of
Yeah.
things. We were talking about the airplanes, and you were saying, and we definitely know that it's still in God's hands.
Yes,
It's
it
still in
is.
God's hands. However, it's still scary. Whether you
yeah,
believe in God or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether we know
yeah,
that your
you
day is
never know
coming
what's
or
gonna
not.
happen.
You never know.
Yeah, So it's but to see it like this, I mean, I'm 60, 60 plus years. And I ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm seeing things that like Arsenio Hall. I'm scratching my head. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be kidding me. And then I'm sitting here watching a president do executive orders and
The
bypass
dumb
the
shit.
House of Representatives. He's not even, it's supposed to go through the House, Trump. He bullying. Like, oh, F y'all. I ain't got to do nothing. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I've never seen a child in the Oval Office tell the president, you're not the president. Shut the F up. Did y'all see
Girl,
that?
that blew my
Yeah.
fucking mind.
Did
Is
y'all
it?
see that?
Where did
Listen,
you where you think he got
his
that from?
father.
Where you
Children
think he
are
got
He
that
got it
from?
from
impressionable,
Elon.
and children mimic what they hear.
Yeah.
Children mimic.
He got that from his
Yeah,
daddy.
girl, Elon Musk don't know how to act right
His
now, and
daddy,
that nigga. Now that that nigga got a lot of power. He
he bought the presidency. He bought it.
He bought it
He
from
bought
Elon.
it.
That's why Elon is over there now. He bought it from him. He bought it from him, and we already knew that. That's why where the fuck his position is, where he came. He was talking so much
Thank
shit
you.
about the president, and now he's his right hand man. We don't even see him with vice, his VP.
Yeah. I was saying the
bitch.
same thing. Where's
They trying
Vance?
to, and I'm
I was
a
saying the
horny
same
bitch
thing.
sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a horny bitch sometimes. Them motherfuckers then block porno. And motherfucking Melania, whoever that bitch is on motherfucking, she trying to like ban that shit, period. I, I'm confused.
Wait a minute. I'm lost. She
Well,
trying
all
to
you
do
had to do
what?
She's
was just
trying
take her
to stop
down. But
pornography on the internet because
You talking to,
okay, so
wait a minute. His
you know
wife?
what?
You
That's
talking about
not
Trump's
nothing.
wife?
Okay, so what Donald Trump is doing, like in Bali, if you sell drugs out here, it's the death penalty. You cannot watch certain porn in certain places. You cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing a dictatorship. That's what
He's
he's
on
on.
some fucking
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to run the
like,
country
yeah,
like
like
other countries like
Hitler.
where I'm at
Really, that's
do.
all I see is Hitler.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Because
He's
if you
trying to be a,
research it, if you
he's
research
a
it,
tyrant. Like
yeah.
Shein, companies like Shein, Timu, tariffs. I just moved to my condo and I need to furnish my shit. Now I like to go on Shein for stuff and Timu and yeah, he enforced the
Oh, they got
motherfucking.
some.
And you gotta pay that
They got
extra.
cute
You
stuff.
ain't gonna by the time it gets to where you gonna have to pay an extra amount once it gets to the place it's going to before it gets to you. They're gonna send you a bill for you to pay.
Girl, bye.
That's where we at. That's where we at. I'm buying all my shit over here. Anybody that wants something, let me know. Type
Mm.
shit. Cause it ain't no terrorists over here.
It's insane. That shit
What
is
time?
insane.
What time frame are you on?
It's 8:18 a.m.
Okay, it's nine. Okay, it's 9 18 here.
Okay, what state are you in?
I'm in
Chicago.
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Georgia. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this stuff is ridiculous. But Susie, I'm definitely gonna get with you, honey, on the back end. But I guess I'm gonna finish this later. But I do this every morning, guys. I come on, I'm very political. Well, I like to know what's going on. I just put it like I wouldn't say political. I just want to know, I like to know what's going on. I know God is guiding, but I know too we still have to get our minds right. We definitely have to have our mind, in the right place because it's happening. It's happening. Now they talking about the bringing in the not bringing in the what did I just say? They talking about bringing in the
Martial law coming too.
yeah, I think so.
The martial law is definitely coming too. So
Oh, this was 1 hour
we
ago.
we need to be ready.
Uh-huh.
Need to be ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to some of this. What happened with Pastor Creflo Dollar? Arrested.
Creflo Dollar been dead for a minute.
Creflo Dollar? He's not dead.
Yeah, he died a long time.
Girl, Creflo
Yeah,
Dollar is
he
not
is.
dead. Of the mega church here in Georgia, he's not dead.
Yeah, is that Eddie Long or Creflo Dollar? Am
No,
I getting it
yes,
mixed
you getting
up?
them mixed up.
Oldest part of Cairo, there's a mysterious salon known as.
Yes, Eddie Long is deceased, not Creflo Dollar.
Okay, I'm sorry, Creflo. I'm sorry,
Girl,
Creflo.
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, Susie, I gotta go. I gotta go drop on somebody for their PK. So I'm gonna definitely get back with you though, honey. It was nice to meet you. She out of
Foreign, a little tipsy. All
okay,
right,
girl.
I'll see you
I'll see
later.
you later. Okay, guys. I'm
All right.
okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna be getting off here for a second, and I will be back. And thank everyone for coming in this morning. Joining. Um, Let me see. Okay, there you go. Yeah, thank everyone for coming in this morning, joining. I'll be back, guys, because there's a couple of things I still want to talk about. President, thank you so much for coming. Sister girl, I know you want to finish talking about this. What we were talking about with this martial law. So I definitely want to get back into that too. This martial law, when when we know the process, when. Okay, so I'll be back in about an hour, guys. Let me go ahead and drop on my host, and I'll be back. Okay, all right. Talk to you guys later.